welcome back to my channel. Today I have a monthly May message for all of the Pisces out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Pisces out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Pisces, let's go ahead and dive right into your monthly message. So Pisces, we are starting out with deep knowing. Green man with synergy. And pillar of light. Wow, Pisces, you have got some pretty intense messages this month. So let's go ahead and start right off with deep knowing. So right away here, Pisces, I want to point out that deep knowing is really about your intuition. It is about listening to the oracle deep within you. And it's about being empathetic, having that empathy, being that deep feeler, that, person who truly sees and knows, and being, hyper aware of what is going on. Intuition is probably going to be your greatest asset that you actually have here, Pisces, because Pisces is known to be the most intuitive zodiac sign. And your intuition is really it's the place that truly allows you to enter into a dialogue with source energy, with God, with your higher being, with your higher self and your angels and your guides. It's the consciousness that you are a part of that you cannot see with your naked eye. And so I feel a lot of times people who have this ability, who have this, great sense of deep knowing, they often tend to neglect it, and they sort of feel like it's just their imagination, and they ignore it. But you have this ability, and this is a part of you. Now, this 43 here, Pisces, reduces to a 7. And for me, 7 is a very sacred number. And it's about your sacred path. And it's about aligning to your sacred path. Now, when we look at Green Man and synergy, it really speaks about the flow of life and how the flow of life guides you. And it's almost like, the way that life tends to flow often leads you towards, an experience, a relationship, those kinds of things. And it's that guiding flow of life where things sort of tend to fall into place as you move throughout your day, throughout your life, those kinds of things. It's really about you being a natural participant in the cooperation of how spirit flows. And I feel that it's important that you recognize here, Pisces, that your deep knowing and the flow of what you bring to this planet is basically your vibration. You are this massive pillar of light. You are a part of source. You are connected with that. And it's important that you recognize the importance and the value of that. So let's see what additional information Spirit has for you. Because I feel like these are great cards for you, but it's not really, I feel this is something that you're ultimately needing to know, but it's not really providing you with detailed information about your month here. So we are starting off with the Queen of Wands the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. Okay. So again, this is really speaking about your assets, and your assets is really about your intuition. The Queen of Swords is intuitive. She's observant. She takes this greater perspective where she allows herself to see things from the bigger picture. And that is what deep knowing is all about. It's about being connected to that higher aspect, that super consciousness, to really understand and know the next step or what needs to transpire, or seeing the bigger picture. And I feel that as you go through this month, I feel that when you can be observant and you can be aware and you can trust that intuitive guidance that comes to you, you'll be able to make conscious choices. You'll be able to make the right choices, because you're not making choices based off of how you're feeling in the moment. You're making choices based off of what you've learned from past experiences and what your gut is ultimately telling you. And I feel that it's basically you needing to learn how to trust your intuition. I feel this month is really about you trusting what's coming up for you and trusting that you're being given the right information so that you could let go of the things that need to be let go of. And you can recognize when you've approached the end of a cycle, and you can start fresh. You can start brand new in something better and something that is more in alignment with you being this high vibration and trusting the flow of life, right? Because one thing about synergy is that we understand that everything is cyclical, right? There are seasons. Everything has its time and its place of when it blooms, when it dies, when it flows, that kind of thing. It's no different with us. We are cyclical and we rise and fall just like the plants, and just like the seasons, and just like night and day, right? So it's important that you are aware of what's going on around you so that you can learn what you need to learn. You can walk away from what you need to walk away and let go, and recognize that when an end has approached, a new beginning is just right beyond that ending, right? And I think this will help you create, better relationships. You'll be able to recognize, your successes and be able to celebrate those things and have those, great ahas, and be willing here, Pisces, to truly live in the moment, right? Because I feel like a lot of times, when things sort of die away, or when they fall away in our life, or they fall apart, we tend to focus more on that instead of focusing in on the moments, on the good times, focusing on the good things that we've learned and how that has helped build us into a better person, a more lovable person, a stronger person, whatever that might be. Those are the things that you need to celebrate. Celebrate, how you have progressed through life. Okay. And this way you'll have a better understanding of what you needed to walk away from and why you needed to walk away from it. I think you'll be able to better understand that, it didn't serve you because it didn't make you happy. It wasn't something that you ultimately needed, right? Because all in all, when you are in love with who you are and where you are, and you trust your gut wholeheartedly, then you're ultimately making choices from that heart space. And this is wholehearted living. The King of Cups is this great energy where he understands that how he feels on the inside is more important than what goes on outside of him. And it's about recognizing that you have to be in tune with that. You have to be in tune with your own emotions and what is transpiring within you. And, I feel that you have to learn to follow your heart. You have to learn to follow your gut. And when I say follow your heart, I'm not talking about your emotions. I'm talking about following your gut. And this is your intuition. This is what you are learning this month. You are learning to trust the guidance and the wisdom of your asset, which is your intuition. Okay. So let's dive a little bit deeper here, Pisces. This could be something that that you're wanting to become more familiar with, right? You might want to really open up your intuition more. And I feel that your intuition is ultimately going to inspire you. It's going to give you great ideas, new ways of being, and being able to truly, live a more rewarding life and make you feel a lot more free and more independent. And I feel this is important, right? I feel that, your intuition is ultimately going to lead you towards your destiny and your path. And it's really about, trusting that path, trusting the process, not trying to make things or force things to happen, but just allowing things to happen naturally, right? And I think the one thing that you ultimately need to do is you need to let go of situations and individuals that make you feel disappointed. If you're disappointed or you're not satisfied with where your life is, then you have to make a choice. You either choose to experience things differently, or you can continue to stay where you are, but know that again, you're trying to prevent a cycle from coming to an end. Okay. I feel that you ultimately, have some breakthroughs that you will be going through. And I feel that you're going to see the truth of, I think this month ultimately is going to lead you towards a better understanding of what you're desiring out of life and how you're going to fulfill that. And I do feel that you will overcome any challenges that you face this month. I think ultimately, though, this month is really about uncovering the truth of your intuition and allowing your intuition to be what it is and accepting it, because I feel that ultimately that's what needs to take place here. Is you just need to accept your intuition and honor it, because it is your greatest asset here, Pisces. So Pisces, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for being here today, for listening to your message, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.